Tinkosi talk shows, find your own voice, lead from within. I'm on my own today, guys. So we're just gonna have fun, and we're just gonna learn and from each other. And please feel free to type. If you have any comment, feel free to type whatever comment you may have. So let me have a look at this site to see if I can see which page am I on. And go see talk shows, see if I can actually see myself live. Yes, I can see myself. Okay, so yeah, I can see myself live now. So whoever comment, I can comment. So the topic today, so as I said, I'm on my own and these chairs are so heavy, guys. They are really, really, really heavy. So today I'm on my own, but I'm just gonna give you guys the topic, how I learned to love what I see in the mirror. So how did I do that? I've learned to love myself, what I saw in the mirror. I learned to smile with what I saw in the mirror. And that person that I saw in the mirror, it was me. And you know, I used to be that person when I walk in the room, all I see is what was wrong. So I'm sure when I say I used to be the person that when I walk in the room, all I see what was wrong, it means that I'll be negative because I wasn't confident within myself. So when you are not confident within yourself, when you walk in the room, just let's say you are at the coffee shop, you are at the coffee shop, drinking your coffee, somebody walks in that they're not confident. You can see how they walk, you can see how they speak, you can see how they look at you, because all they see is what is wrong in the world, what is wrong with people. That's what that is what I used to be. And that became my identity. When I'm saying it became my identity, not having enough confidence within myself. You see, I was the person that I'll go on stage, give me a song, I'll sing. But that does not mean I'm confident. I'll sing, I'll entertain. But inside, I didn't believe in me. I didn't believe in the things that I did when I go and play football. I'll just go enjoy myself. But deep down in my heart, I did not believe in me. I did not believe in myself. I did not believe in the person that I saw in the mirror. So that's what we're going to go through today. And also, because I didn't believe in the person that I saw in the mirror, that means, what does that mean? Guys, you can type. I love to hear your comment. It means I'll push everyone away, everyone that comes my way. If a man comes my way, they want to get to know me. They wanna get to know me. They want to have a relationship with me. I'll push them away. If I enter a relationship, the romance, there's a difference between there's a difference between something we call romance and fantasy. So you see, when I enter a relationship, when things are beautiful, when everything goes smooth, because like the man, it tells me what I want to hear anyway, because love comes from within. So as a woman, we want men to actually, when you are in a relationship, we want men, we want somebody to tell us how beautiful we are. Even us, we don't believe it inside. As a woman, I needed a man to tell me how beautiful I am. I needed a man to tell me that, Nomsa, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you, even if it was a lie. I needed to hear those words. That means I was broken inside. That means that I did not believe in the person who I was. But when you see me, when I smile, you see that girl, she's hot. When I wear my high heels, when I step outside, making sure that I didn't step in the mud, when I'm wearing my fake hair, my fake makeup, fake eyelashes, carrying my handbag, wearing the dress that matched my high heels, my handbag. But inside I was broken. When you look at me, you'll say, wow, she's hot. And you wanna date me, but inside I was broken. Or if you're a woman, you wanna hang out with me, but inside I was broken. So if you relate to my story, feel free to type and say your story. Ngozi Talk Show is, these chains are heavy. Ngozi Talk Show is a place where you come in and you find your own voice. You become your own leader. So if you cannot type your story on that computer and you are scared that people are gonna read your comment, they're gonna see your name and read your comment, that means you still need some work to do. So that means you still need some work to do when it comes to personal development. Life is a choice. So we choose who we want to become. So I was that person that pushed everyone away. I was somebody who was being dragged around. You know, when somebody says, you know, like you go on Facebook, someone adds you as a friend and you say, okay, you just accept without knowing that person, without knowing why that person is added you on Facebook. You just say, yes, follow me. Or if somebody dragged around, I was being dragged around by the chain. So every chain that is here, it represents what I was going through. It represents the chains that were holding me back. It represents me being dragged around by friends. I was being dragged around like friends. I'll be dragged around. If someone says, let's go on Twitter, I'll be saying, okay, let's go. Let's go on Twitter. Let's go on Facebook, Nomsa. I'll be like, sure. Or let's go dancing. I'll be like, why not? But the music plays that I like. I'll be like, I'm not sure if I should go and dance. I'm not sure. People are looking. I don't drink, by the way. So people are looking, so I'm not sure if I can go and dance. So the music will play and we'll go. The DJ will change the song. I go out. I see someone on social media, they're wearing really nice clothes. I look at those clothes and I'll be like, wow, she looks beautiful. And I'll go and buy the same thing because I like it. But actually I didn't, because I didn't know who I was and I didn't love me. I didn't love me. And I will be like saying, you know, life is not fair. Life has not been fair for me. I've been through so much, you know. And my friends will be like, oh yeah, Nomsa, you have been through it. You know, like when we go for coffee, we drink hot chocolate, we drink the nice nice drinks that we like, having the nice cakes that we like, and we're feeling sorry for ourselves at that moment. My friends will be like, oh, Nomsa, you shouldn't have gone through that. So I'll be like, life is not fair. Life is not fair. It is not fair. But what I didn't know, that when life throws me with lemon. When life delivers the news that I didn't want, all I needed was to keep going. All I needed was to keep being grateful of the person that I was becoming. All I needed was to embrace my breathing. All I needed was to embrace the person that who I was becoming. That moment I was becoming, I was growing. I was a child, once a child. A child wouldn't care. I was a child who didn't care what people thought of me as a person. I would love and I would do anything for anyone. If the music plays, I'll go and dance because I was a child. And I believed that the world is beautiful. But when I became a teenager, I started comparing my life with somebody else. I started believing that my friends were better than me. My friends were beautiful than me. The chains, these are the chains. I didn't, you see, every chain has a lock. I didn't want to lock the chains in case they don't come out. So the chains, every time I didn't love the person that was inside of me. And that meant that I was putting the chains in my life. And how did I learn to love and see what I see in the mirror? How did I do that? I had to break the chains. The chains of I'm not enough. First, I had to let go of my past. I had to let go of who hurt me back then. I had to let go of the things that did not serve me no more. I had to forgive. That's why I learned to love the person, what I see in the mirror. I learned to forgive. I had to forgive myself. I had to learn to forgive those who have hurt me in the past. Everyone has been hurt in the past. We've all been wounded by someone. We lose our parents. That becomes a chain. We lose our spouse. That becomes a chain. We lose friends through death. We lose our parents through death. We lose our friends through death. We lose our friends through death. That becomes a chain. We lose. We get rejected by our exes. We get rejected by friends telling us that we are not enough. We get rejected by family members telling us that we are not good enough. Friends, strangers. But then that becomes your identity. When somebody tells you that you are not enough. When someone is wounded, their life is messed up. They enter your life, they make promises that I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. You are the man that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I cannot imagine. You see, when a man tells me that, Nomsa, I cannot imagine my life without you, I'll be like, you know what, get lost. Because I can imagine your life without me. I did not create you, but you lived without me. Before I met you, there was friends, family. I'm just the angel that has just been added to you to love, to share your world with you. But that does not mean that you cannot live without me. You can't live without me. So when a woman tells you that I can't live without you, you have to ask yourself, what is the problem with this person? Why can't they live without me? Because they were raised without me. Loving somebody, it does not mean you cannot live without them. If we go to the truth. So when a man tells you that I cannot live without you, I will say that is a lie. Tell me that you love me, I'll believe it. Because I love myself, and I'm happy to receive the love that you tell me that you love me, and I'll receive it. But when you tell me that you cannot live without me, I will say it's a lie. So I believed it when a man tells me that I wasn't enough for him. I believed it. And that became part of my identity. I wasn't enough. But I had to, in order for me to learn to love what I see in the mirror, I had to let go of my past. That was part of my past. And I had to let go of those who hurt me back then. We meet people in life. They hate us unknowingly. And we get hurt. But I didn't know how to respond. You see, I was a woman who spent like 2 hours. I spent 2.5 hours getting dressed. I spent 2.5 hours getting dressed, making sure that when I go out, I looked so good. But deep inside, I was broken. I spent 2 hours getting dressed. No meditation, no journaling, no praying. See, I'm a child of God. When I go to church, I want pastor to give it to me. I want pastor to preach. Tell me who is God. Tell me the principles of God. When the pastor preaches is really good, I say amen. But deep down inside, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that I didn't need. I didn't believe God, because if I did believe God, in God, I wouldn't have spent 2 hours getting dressed, wanting to make sure that what's on the inside, what's on the outside of me was greater than on the outside. I didn't believe him, but now I do. Because when I go have a shower, when I'm going out, I just need only half an hour to get dressed, or 45 minutes. Half an hour, 1 hour, or 45 minutes to get dressed. When I'm saying half an hour or 1 hour to get dressed, it's just to make sure that when I leave, if my children are in the house, to make sure that they are okay. Is to make sure that, not to make sure that when I go outside, I'm looking good. Looking good is something that is natural. It's something that when you look good inside, the outside, you're gonna look good. When you're looking good inside, when you step outside, you're not going to protect what's on the outside. You are going to protect what's on the inside of you. Knowing what's on the inside of you, it is greater than what's on the outside. But before I didn't know, when I stepped outside in the mud, I wanted to make sure that what's on the outside was greater than what's on the inside. Because I couldn't see. I couldn't love what I saw in the mirror at the time. Until I realized bitterness got hold over me. I was bitter with men. You reject me. Men are the same. That's bitterness. Unknowingly bitterness. When you start saying men are the same, women are the same, that is bitterness. So I had to let go of that bitterness. I wanted to control life. if I didn't have control with life, I'll get upset. I wanted to know how my day is going to look like. If things don't go my way, I'll get upset. Why me? God, why me? Why am I going through this, God? Why am I going through this? I plan my day, but bad things keeps happening. But why? But what I didn't realize was in that when those bad things happen, I needed to learn to fight battles. I needed to learn my strength and my weaknesses. But you know, when things go wrong, I'll be like, God, why? Why? Why am I going through this? Why? I was chained to mindset. I was chained to memory. I was chained to trust. I was chained to panic. When things go wrong, all I do, I start panicking. You can type. Comment, tell me your story. If you relate to my story, tell me your story. Type your story. Type your story. You can type your story. If you relate to the person that I was, until how did I break those chains? Those chains were so painful. I was getting frustrated each and every single day. Because being a follower, it means I have to do what people want me to do. I don't have control with my life anymore. I cannot respond how I want to respond when I'm being a follower. I cannot be me when I'm comparing my life with somebody else. That means I cannot be me anymore because I'm rejecting Nomsa. You see, my appearance was getting affected because when I woke, even if I had fake hair, fake eyelashes, fake makeup, dress, beautiful high heels, handbag that matched my dress and my high heels. How I walked, it did not match to what I was representing my appearance, because I didn't believe in the person. And I didn't choose my friends wisely. I didn't choose people in my tribe. I didn't choose them wise. I just let everybody get into my life and take advantage of me. And then after that, I'll be whining. I'll be complaining. I'll be going to prayer and I'll be casting out demons and saying, blood of Jesus, protect him. And God goes, where do you want me to protect you, Nomsa? When you just let everyone come into your life and take advantage of you. Where do you want me to protect you? All I needed was to choose my tribe wisely. All I needed was to create principles in my life, not the rules. Nomsa's life has no rules. Loving unconditionally, it means you enter my life, you got to live by my principles. You cannot enter my life and take advantage of me. So I had to know my principles, my values, my beliefs. Who do I represent? I had to understand that we all have different beliefs in life, but it is okay for me to hang out with you, even if we didn't have different, we had different beliefs. But before I'll try to drag you down, believe my beliefs. My beliefs are actually, they make sense. but I didn't know how to love me. I didn't know how to love my tribe, my friends, my family. Until I've learned the chains. See, these chains, I had to break it. This chain represented I am not enough. I needed to break this chain. By breaking this chain, it means that I need to look at myself in front of the mirror. I need to recognize who I see in that mirror. I need to recognize and value Nomsa. That means when I value myself, something is broken. When I value myself, the chains of I'm not enough is broken. That means I'm free from I'm not enough. It means I can walk believing who I am, who I represent. I had to let go. There were chains. I had to let go. Let go. So this chain, it represented my past, who hurt me back then. So I had to let go of who hurt me back then, or who wasn't there back then, who wasn't there for me. I had to break it. That means the chain is broken. This chain is broken. I'm letting it go. My past is gone. Some noise, don't worry about the noise. I had to let go. And now I hate myself because of the choices that I've made. That was a chain. That was a chain. That represented I hate myself. So I had to break that chain. So let's break the chain. This chain represented I hate myself because of the rejection. When you get rejected by people, it becomes your identity. You start believing that you are not enough. So this chain had to be broken. It had to go. Chains are too heavy. They are breaking, but they're still too heavy. Now, the chain of comparing my life to other people. That chain, it took away my confidence. It took away to love what I saw in front of that mirror each and every single day. This is the chain. We have to break it. This is the chain. Comparing my life, stealing my joy. It had to go. So heavy. It had to go. Now the chain. Bitterness. See, those who hurt me back then, I was bitter. I was holding on to them in my heart. But when I was going to church, I'll just go to church and I say, amen. Blood of Jesus, amen. But inside I was bitter. I was bitter. Why would she do this? Why would he do this? He should know better not to hurt me. That's bitterness. I didn't know how to respond. When someone hurt me, I didn't know how to respond. Here's the chain. It's so heavy. this is painful. Here's the chain. It's gone. Bitterness, chain of bitterness. I didn't believe in that smile, but now when I smile with grace because I believe it within inside of me. You see, when I wasn't controlled with life, you see, when I get up in the morning, I want to know what's gonna happen. I want to know what my day is gonna look like. And when my day does not go the way I want, it means I'm not in control with life. So I'll get angry. How I respond with anger. And that is a chain. To learn to love myself, I had to break the chains of wanting to control everything. Now you enter my life, you get to know my principles. I cannot control you. You do whatever you want, your values, your beliefs, as long as they don't affect my life. When you tell me your beliefs, even if I don't agree with them, I just trust that the beliefs that you believe, they will take you to where you need to go. Until you ask the secret and answer, how are you able to become who you want to become? And then I'll tell you my values and my principles and my beliefs. I believe in God. I am a child of God. When I go to church, when a pastor preaches, if I don't agree, because I have to agree with what is written in the Bible, I won't say amen. But when the pastor makes sense to me, not tells me what I want to hear, I say amen. Because I'm believing, I'm making a declaration as a child of God. And I've created these principles in my life, that you want to enter my life. Nomsa's life is like this. You enter my life, you cannot enter my life and take advantage of me. Business-wise, this is my principles for my business. This is my principles for my life, my values. My children are raised not by my values, God's values. What does God say about raising your children? They are raised by God's values and the beliefs that are in the Bible without controlling my children. Just let them make their own choices. I'm there as a mentor. A parent is a mentor. I don't see myself that I should control my children. I don't control them. I'm there to mentor them and then let them go. So I'm not there when they say, Mommy, I have dreams. I want to become this. I'm like, you want to become this? I'm like, okay. We have to do some research, find out what you need to get to where you need to go. My daughter she wanted to do acting professional. So I said, that's what you want to do? And she was like, yes. So acting, it requires long hours. That means you get up at 4 a.m. and you finish at 6 p.m. or you start at 4 a.m. or you have to be on the scene where they shoot film at 4 a.m. It doesn't, maybe for 7-year-old, my younger daughter, she's 7, we get there for 9:30 at least, and then we leave at 6 p.m. It's long hours. But she had a dream, you see, and I wasn't gonna take that dream away from my daughter. Well, she wanted to be a professional actor. yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to make this happen. But when she did get the opportunity, she was like, no, I don't think so. That's not what I want. She did Cruella Disney film. We got up at 4 a.m. She did shoot the film. After the film, she was like, no, thank you. I think I better study. I better have a future. Acting, not my thing. But I'll do it for fun, just to make money, but not permanent. That was a choice. So that is my job as a parent, to mentor my children. So that as a person, there are some people, when they look at themselves in the mirror, they don't love themselves. I was that person. I thought I did, but I didn't. At the time, I thought I did, but I didn't love myself. Because when I understood what love is about, that's when I realized I had to ask for forgiveness. I had to ask God to forgive me for not loving me, because I did not love myself. But when I did learn to love myself, and then I had another chain. The chain of friends, bad friends, they enter your life. The ones that I call bad friends, they enter your life. And they take advantage of you. They tell you that you are not enough. And you believe it. You become a follower, you follow them, you start comparing your life to them. They feel sorry for you. When you make choices, your own decision, they don't support you. Those were the chains that I chained myself to the people that did not love me. The chain is too big. I chained myself. But when I removed that chain, my life, it felt so better. Now I have this chain. This chain is for mindset. This chain is for memory. This chain is for trust. I didn't trust people. You know, I've been hurt. Why should I trust you? You tell me you love me. Why should I trust you? I don't trust men. I don't trust anyone. See, I've been hurt. It's chain, panic. Things go wrong. I start panicking how I respond. Or somebody else makes me angry. Like somebody reported me on Facebook and said apparently the content that I've posted, it wasn't safe to other people, which I didn't post anything. Honestly, I did not post anything. Somebody responded. But if it was before, I'll just get angry. Rage. The rage of my Nomsa is angry. I'll get angry. A man tells me that they didn't love me. I'll be like, why? All these years I've wasted. I spend my time wasting years. I'll be like, why? Why don't you love me? But what I didn't know, when somebody says, I don't love you, they say they mean the other way around, that they're confused. They don't know who they are. And then they want to work themselves and find that person to love, that person in front of the mirror. But when a man tells me that, Nomsa, I did not want to be with you anymore, I get angry. I'll be worried. What's wrong with me? Why would he say he doesn't love me? I'm beautiful. Yes. but I don't love myself. So this was the chain, memory, mindset, everything is in here. I had to break it. I had to break this chain. I had to break it. When I broke this chain, I no longer have chains anymore. I'm no longer have chains. Because I love myself. I just broke the glass. No, I didn't break it, it just fell. I love myself. Now I don't have chains. All the chains are broken. The chains of I'm not enough. The chains of who hurt me back then, they're gone. Now I can respond when somebody comes and tell me that I am not enough. I say, you know what? Thank you so much. If you didn't make me, you cannot define me because I am enough. I'm getting along with me. That means I am enough. I'm getting along with the person that stood by me, which is me. So I am enough. If you tell me that I'm not enough, but I say I am enough. If you say you don't love me, I say I love myself. I love myself. So I had to break those chains. So are you someone who is watching Nomsa's video, watching Ghost Talk shows? And you are wondering, how do I break the chains? This is how I broke my chains. The chains of making excuses that I can't find my type. There's no good men out there. You know what? I can't find my type. I don't think I can find anyone that actually the type. Who is Nomsa's type anyway? I had to ask myself this question when I went through personal development. Who is my type? But I had to, you see, I had to work on myself. Now when I see a man, I smile. Is it because I fancy them? No. I don't fancy you, but I love you. The love of intimacy? No. Because love can be spread. It means when you see someone, you smile. When you see a woman, you smile at them. Because the world is beautiful. I didn't know that the world is beautiful. So anyone who is watching Ngozi Talk shows, you can head to the page at Ngozi Talk shows, and you can comment by giving Ngozi Talk shows some stars. And those stars will help us to reach our community, to reach more people. We have goals that we've created in Ngozi Talk shows, and we would love to reach more people. So if you give us stars, thank you so much, Annie. Amin, thank you so much. God bless you too. Thank you so much. God bless you. So you head over to Ngozi Talk Shows page on Facebook, give us some stars. And once you give us some stars, whatever you want to give, so there's a star for 99p, there is a star for £1, £2, £3, £500. So you can give whatever you want to give at Ngozi Talk Shows page. And even when you're watching the video on Facebook, offline, when we are offline, you can still give stars. And if you are someone who wants to break the chains and you don't know how to break your chains, you can get in touch at Ngozi Talk Shows. My job is not to teach you. My job is to talk you through, is to break away, to find that something that will trigger you to actually find who you are as a person. Let go of who didn't let go of like self negative self-talk. Let go of the choices that I've made. You know what? Making excuses, blaming your choices that you made in the past. You know, if we know the future, we'll make choices that can prevent mistakes, but no one knows the future. Only God knows the future. No one knows the future. So you can't blame yourself and say, I am who I am because of the choices that I've made. We all make mistakes. We are all wounded in life. So all we need to do is to forgive ourselves and forgive those who walked into our path and who hurt us. That's all we got to do. That's what Nomsa does. I'll work with you. Or if you would prefer to work with a different coach, because the talk shows we have all different coaches from all walks of life. I'm a love harmonist. All I do is harmonize love. Harmonizing love, it means you break every chain. Every chain that is in your life, it has to be broken. And when it is broken, you have to let it go. When you let it go, it means you get to choose how you respond to your life. You get to choose who you want to become. You get to choose how you live your life. You design your own life. Not Nomsa designing your own life. You design it yourself. Once the chains are broken. We go through so many challenges in life, but those challenges should not stop us becoming who we should become. So that's how I learned to love myself. Love what I saw in the mirror. I give myself a hug. And I tell myself how much I mean to myself. And I thank my parents for giving, I thank my mom for giving birth to me. I thank my father for giving me his blood, becoming my bloodline. I thank God for connecting me to my parents, because before God knew me, he knew that there's going to be a child that will be born, and that child will be called Nomsa Ngosi. That's my legal name, Ngosi. Ngosi Talk Shows. So he knew that there will be a child born, and that child will be this. So I have to thank God instead of worrying about who hurt me back then. People will come into your life. They had to. Les Brown says, who do you suggest? If you don't want people to hurt you, or you don't want problems in your life, who do you suggest to have problems? Problems will come. We get married. People will get married and they'll divorce. It means it's either they got married for the wrong reasons, or it means they got married and they love each other. They say they are a good match, but they take each other for granted. Love you too. I love you too, honey. So it means that they take each other for granted. That will end up being a divorce, and divorce is very costly. But just because you've gone through divorce, it does not mean you cannot get married again. It means what has gone wrong in that divorce, we have to learn. There's an experience that went on in that divorce. What experiences, what lesson have I learned in that divorce? Okay, I was enough, but I took my wife or my husband for granted. So what can I do to change all these things? It means that I have to be in the present moment. When I marry someone, or when I enter a relationship, if I don't want to get married, it's okay, because it is my choice. But if I want to have a relationship, I need to be in the present moment, embrace the woman that is in my life, my queen, embrace the king that is in my life. He is my king. And just embrace and ask my king how I can serve that king. Ask my queen how I can serve the queen. Hey, Jens, how are you doing? I love you too. Such a great perspective regarding problems. Lovely shift in thought. Awesome, awesome, awesome. My thoughts are with you too. So the problems will come. Whatever we do in life, problems will come. But we just need to choose how to respond in those problems in life. Problems will always be there. You go to work, there's going to be somebody who doesn't like you. But it does not mean that you are not a good person. So if somebody reacts, it means that they themselves have a problem. Business, we make a connection with business connections, and somebody doesn't like you. So does it mean there's something wrong with your business or there's something wrong with you? No, it doesn't. It means that person have things that they are dealing with. Hey, how are you doing? Ausha, how are you doing? So it doesn't mean that you're not good enough. So you have to learn to love you. I cannot define who you are, but you can actually sit down and define who you are. If I come into your life and I'm telling you who you are, why you can't do, you're like, what's that heck nonsense? How do you know me? Imagine, I'm 44 this year. Imagine if I meet someone today and I have lived for 44 years, never met this person. They entering my life, they don't know me. They have no clue what I've been through. They don't know my parents. They never met my grandparents, my ancestors. They don't even know my family, and they tell me that I'm not enough. And here is me. I'm responding with anger. What does that make me? What does that make me when somebody enters your life within a second and they take your glory that you have had for many, many years? A woman enters your life and leaves you emotionally with nothing. A man enters your life within a second, emotionally, they leave you with nothing, broken. Because we let people break us. You let that person break you. They didn't do anything. All they did was doing the crazy. Everybody's allowed to be crazy. If you agree with me, just type. Everybody's allowed to be crazy. But it's how we respond to that craziness. When you meet someone, a woman, you can share your love with them, but you don't give them your emotions. You can connect with them. Spiritually, you can connect with somebody. But when it's time, when your body says, you know what, I don't think I agree with this, you have to disconnect gracefully, not disconnect with anger. So I didn't know how to respond. And that's why I ended up with bitterness. I didn't know when somebody tells me that I'm not enough. I didn't know how to respond. I'm like, who do you think you are? Entering my life, telling me that I'm not enough. But now you enter my life, you tell me, you know what, Nomsa, you're not enough. I'm like in my head, you know this one? This is crazy. This person is crazy. But I am enough because I was created, my creator see me enough. If God can love me unconditional, no one can enter my life and tell me that I'm not enough, because I am enough for me, just for me, not for anybody else. I'm enough for God. So if you tell me that I'm not enough, I can't help you. I cannot be enough for you. If my spouse tells me that I'm not enough, I say, okay, because there's nothing I can do. Do I get hurt? I just have to meditate and just let it go. Acceptance, come to an acceptance. When you love yourself, you come to accept things the way they appear in your life. We are here at Nkosi Talk Shows, everyone. Monday to Friday. Tomorrow I'm with Carol Ann. So what will we be talking about? No, I'm not going to say anything about what we'll be talking about. So 1 p.m. UK time. Please don't forget to head over at Nkosi Talk Shows page on Facebook. You can comment with normal comments, or you can comment by giving stars to help us reach more people. And those who are watching on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. God bless everyone, and God bless. Learn to love what you see in the mirror, because that person is special. That person is unique. The image that we create, it makes us unique. You stand out because that image cannot be taken by anyone. So I was somebody who step outside, who spend 2 hours getting dressed. When I step outside, I made sure I didn't step in the mud because I was protecting what was on the outside. I didn't love myself. I didn't know what was on the inside of me. It is greater than what's on the outside. So if you are that person, get in touch with me. We can break the chains. God bless everyone.